Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is This Morning on ITV Sunday's edition. I am Wilson on Marshall. Well, I promised you earlier on, in course of opening this morning segment of This Morning on ITV, about talking extensively on two topics, campaigns and of course its challenges, all about 2023 general elections, and of course the stealing of local government funds. The federal government and state governors are on pass, but we have to just focus on one due to time constraint, okay? Like as I earlier hyped, we have a one-time deputy chairman of a local government, and of course a one-time acting chairman of L.G.A, yes, local government, Honorable Desmond Ugbo, and of course we still have Okoro Osaho Obara. You get to hear put food on the table. You will not hear about all of this, but it's like there's excess food right now. We're hearing the case of stealing, embezzlement. What is really happening? I want to come to the local government boss, former local government boss. I mean, you were there. I believe you have a first-hand information about all these the allegations levied against the state governors about stealing, emphatic stealing local government funds. What do you feel about that comment?
Well, we say thank you. The word stealing, I think, is understatement considering what is happening at the local government level of government. The joint allocation account has made it possible for the state government, or rather the state governors now, to do what the federal government has just accused them of. And the failure for the state governors to allow the third tier of government to operate as an independent government has also made it possible. Take note that whenever the federal government release allocation to the states and to the local government, they put it into a joint allocation account. And this joint allocation account supposed by the enabling law to be supervised by the deputy governor of every state. Whereas, before the local government, I'm talking about the democratically elected local government chairmen are invited to JAC meeting, the state government under the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, and indeed the commission set up by the state government to midwife over the local government must have carried out some kind of deductions. There is nowhere the chairman will be called to a round table before the deductions are made. After the holy and unholy deductions, the chairman will be made to be given a paper to sign that this is what is due to the local government. Whereas, if the money is going directly to the local government, as it were, there is no way the local government can come out to say that they don't have enough resources or they are not in charge. Note also that through the commission, the Local Government Service Commission, regulations of the activities of local government are being carried out. In current government, where you now find that before you execute a project of about 10 million, you need to seek the approval of same from the commission or the relevant authority. It could be the Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs Commissioner. All these are not so. Is it happening that the governor, before they spend any kobo, they go to the presidency or rather any arm of the presidency government to seek for approval? No. And the law enabling this local government made it very clear, abundantly clear, that these people ought to have functioned independently. But in Chapter 1, Section 7 of the 1999 Constitution, tied the local government to the apron strings of the state government and the regulatory framework of the State House of Assembly, wherein they make laws that borders on economic standard of the local government with recourse to the House of Assembly and indeed to the state. So all these are what have impoverished the people at the grassroots, because if the local government is buoyant enough, if they are free to do what is needed to do by way of provision of infrastructures and basic amenities to the people at the grassroots, the poverty situation of our country will reduce to a barest minimum.
All right.
Note also that the laws that establish the local government has been repealed over time. In 1976, we saw Obasanjo coming out with a certain laws to give the local government an independent of its own. In 1991, we saw Babangida also do same. 96, Abacha did same. Here we are in 1999, Abdulsalami did same before he handed over the document to democratically elected government. Okay. All these have not been done enough to grant complete autonomy financially, administratively, and otherwise to the local government that made it very, very amenable to corruption and stealing, as it were.
I will come back to you, Honorable Desmond Ugbo. You heard him. He said if you say stealing, he used the word understatement. We will come back after this break. He's going to expatiate on it. And of course, Obaraye, you have so much to say about this. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
TMI, every opinion counts.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. Like I said before we went on that break, we want to throw some questions at Comrade Okoro Osahon Obaraye. But just join us in the studio. He's a lecturer in Uniben. He's also a political analyst. Join me to welcome Osazua John. Yes,
good morning,
welcome to
Thank you very much.
All right.
Mr. Wisdom.
Put food on the table. Over to you. You heard what Honorable Desmond Ugbo talked about. I mean, it was like, if you say stealing, according to him, is an understatement. Take it up from there.
Thank you so much, my brother Wisdom. God bless you. I think I will want to toe the line of my very close brother, Ugbo. If we have governors that went as far as even hoarding and stealing Indomie, how come issues like this, you expected them to not to do same? Just a few years ago, you remember how some places where Indomie and some foodstuff that were meant for the people were kept, and nobody told us food was there until hunger made people started searching for food and saw that they had enough food somewhere that was kept. Not also long again, same governors complained about not getting money to fulfill what they wanted to do. But a governor too, out of excessive talk, spoke again to say since 1999, money that was not given to them has been given to them. And he also said that is the reason why Julius Berger is dancing, the macabre dance in his state, and that is the reason why he's playing with flyover. Before some others said confessing to say they got some say they've gotten half, some say theirs was not up to what that governor said. But I think none denied that they were not giving. So for you not to have denied that you kept it mute before goes to show that you stolen. I get it now because if I tell you to hear Wilson that Wilson, your cap you are wearing is white and you kept mute without talking. To me, it's white because you can say, no, look at it very well. What I'm wearing is not white, it's black. So if you are all of you waited for a governor to say this is what was given to us before you, so it goes to show that it was your intention to steal. Why someone was saying what got to me was not what this person said. So, but is that really the way to go? No. My heart bleeds for our present crop of leaders because the way they now govern us have gone to show that I'm not sure they are also good fathers, because fathers don't if truly your children your children, this is the way you also cater for your children at home. It goes to show you are not a good father, because if after you work and your father denies that he does not have salary and already they are paying them, you didn't hear his strike, he leaves home in the money to come 6 months, no, they never pay me, they never pay me, I don't give you. Then you now hear the person that your father is working for to say, no, even the one they have been owing him have been paying, no, and your father has been denied. It goes to show that your father has not done well. I also told one of my friends a few days ago, who was the immediate past house leader of local government. And we were talking, and the guy told me that my brother, life has been so hard. I said, no, don't say that. How can life be hard? When you just wanted us somewhere, recently we are using official car, you are telling me life is hard. And he told, because he knows that we're so close. And he said, no, over 11 months I will not be paid. Nothing got to me again. No. I said, 11 months. He said some 10 months, some 8 months. And he can say, you say money did not come. He said, money comes now. It's not the money that they so come. Just the whole digested it just now. That the one to come, that they have said that the one that came was not, you could not go around. I said, wow, my heart bleeds. And it also goes to show the selfishness of our present leaders. People have been clamoring that the president is not good, president is not good, president have been doing this, and because of what they said, some of us started looking at the president from that view to say, no, this guy is not really good. If our leaders are complaining, but since it opened up, and the president a few days ago also spoke himself, that governors are stealing local government funds. Some are not denied they did not steal. We still have some states in Nigeria that are yet to have local government election, or neither local government office, yes, administration. As we speak, I'm not sure Anambra state has one. Even the state I come from, Edo, I'm not sure we have one. If we have, I'm sure I would have known that this is the local government chairman of my local government. But I'm not sure we have one for the very just now. And if the law says, and there shall be a local government chairman, no vacuum in government, I'm not sure that we can have an administrator ruling a do or ruling a state without, there's no vacuum in government. So for we to have this lacuna in the local government issue goes to show why the hunger has eaten deep down here, because not everything the government can do. This period now is dry season. The local government are supposed to be using grader to help us grade those roads that was impassable during the rainy season. Governor cannot do it. Governor does not know the road that leads to Wishing's house, that if you enter, it's a bad place. But if Wishing had a councillor, today you call him to say, my councillor, the road leading to my street, even if you don't put sand, with the hill and you just grade it, it will be passable. That would be his job before Friday.
All right, I'll come back to your Barayi. Now, over to you, Sozua. John, you've heard them. So, stealing, embezzlement, Honorable said is beyond that. Take it up from there.
Thank you very much, Comrade Wilson. Let me acknowledge you as a comrade, because you take the affairs of the people patriotically, and that is why I'm coming. That is why I've known Ugbo for a long time. He's a great comrade who has been speaking for the people. Now, I thank those of you viewers. You must understand local government. For a local government to exist, let me begin from there as a preamble. The minimum population is 100,000. Minimum population is 100,000. So which means you have human resources and material resources. You know, all local governments are not equally endowed. Now, are we saying from that 100,000 humans, we do not have intelligent people, we do not have mature people? We do. In local government, again, let me also stratify it. You have rural local government. In other words, Oriomo is not the same thing as Oredo. Ikeja is not the same thing as Surulere. Are you getting it? There is no place you don't have local government in the world. Washington has local government. Local government as local government gives you a state. So the growth and development of a particular local government really depends on the human resources, how they are able to harness, identify and harness the material resources for their own benefits. In other words, it will be difficult for somebody from Uwunde to become a local government chairman in Esan, Nuromi. Are you following? So to this end, that is there. Now, local government is well enshrined. So one of the problem of the local government is the human resources, the people there. They have refused to speak up. If they are speaking up the way Ugbo and some other comrades are speaking up, I think all local governments would have been more developed in the state. You have two types of local government. In other words, you have urban you have rural. You have rural, urban, you have urban, rural. Those, dwindling. The local government is on the residual list of the constitution. It is very, very much recognized.
What about the stealing aspect? That's why we are hammering that right now.
I am coming like that. You don't say they don't steal, they usurp.
You said usurp.
Yes, it is not steal, they usurp. Usurpation means that I'm taking it from you. On the local parlance, we call it stealing. I'm from political science and the cooperatives. It is usurp.
So grammatically, it's usurp, not stealing.
Not stealing. They usurp. Just like it's a greediness, high rate of greediness among those people who usurp it. By the House of Assembly, who controls the local government. Are you following? Then the governor, maybe through the support of a governor. Like in Edo State, we've not had local government. You have local government administration, you have local government, that is, when you have an administrator, that is under, you not call it an administrator. But under a democratic setting, it is called chairman, which of course my brother here has been one of people there. To give a grassroots representation of government, to demonstrate, to practicalize, to dramatize democracy. That is decision from bottom, according to our Baba. He said from top to bottom. This time it starts to now be under democracy, that will be from bottom to top.
All right.
So what is there is that it is not necessary, even if there are usurpers, the people from that 100,000 should be able to cry out and say, we are not doing well.
Okay.
Our people are not doing well.
Doing well.
Yeah, so let us find out who is usurping and who is not usurping.
He said usurping, not stealing. Take it up from there.
Yes, he's right when he say the state government has usurped the functions of the local government. Ordinarily, it is he who paid the piper dictate the tone. You know, when local government elections are organized, it is the governor that cut short in that regards. That is the reason why you see in a state where you have the governor in party A and a local government election is conducted, there is that tendency that majority, if not all, is tilted towards the party affiliation of the governor. That makes it very, very unbecoming in a country where we call ourselves practicing democracy. Until and unless the local government elections are conducted by INEC, an independent body, not the one that is midwifed by the state, the one that is controlled by the state, will continue to have it this way. What creates this room for stealing or usurpation or subjugation of the rights of the local government functionaries? It is where we have lacuna in the Constitution. When Joint Allocation Account, Section 7, was created, they envisage that the money that is released from the federation to local government should pass through the state account in a joint manner. They call it JAC, Joint Allocation Account. And the local government, the state government, like I said before, we invite the council chairman to say, this is what you have to your respective local government. Whereas they don't have the say to say, no, this is what is rightly due to us. In a state like Edo, where election has not been held for the past 2 years or thereabout, what do you expect of a head of administration who is a civil servant is made to now head the local government administration without regards to the state government? The person cannot survive. And even when you are democratically elected, we also pray that the civil servant didn't turn out to be evil servant advising you to steal, because they know the nook and crannies of how to come out with a heading to steal the public fund. It happens in every tiers of government. You that is coming as the chief executive does not know the nitty-gritty of some of those things. They know a right wording to bring out money. They know certain situations that they will just invent to bring out money. All these are the corruption and the stealing that is happening. There is no way the rain will fall without the earth knowing it. How can a head of local government administration, the HOGA or the HOS as they call them, steal without the tacit connivance of the state government himself or the agents? I made mention of local government and chieftaincy affairs who are supervising local government. We have the Local Government Service Commission who are also supervising local government. And now that we don't have a democratically elected council functionaries, the HOS are there. They are big stouting, they are pepper souping. Nobody is there to check their SSs. And now, for the president to say that they are stealing, one of the reasons why he said so is this money that is being released from the federation account is going through the state account before it gets to the local government account. One. And they determine what they give to the council or not. Secondly, there are states, even in the federation today, we have about 36 states, including FCT. Majority of these states have not conducted the election, the council's election. And even when they conduct council election, they pull their stooges, they pull their party members, and they call it democracy. By so doing, it is inferred that the state governors are cutting the short.
All right.
It could be stealing that is going on or usurpation of their functions. Thirdly, let me add this. That the HOS, you heard recently in Edo State, where 3 council HOS were fired, were suspended for failure to allow or for refusal to allow the trucks, heavy tonnage trucks, to pass the federal road instead of their local government road. If the roads were done to standard, will you now be afraid that if heavy tonnage trucks pass through your road, it will damage it?
All right.
Whether federal or state, are we not Nigerians? Are we not citizens of this country?
Okay.
That are obligatory and have the right to pass whatever roads that we are. The highest you can do is to ask us to pay tax.
I'll come back to you.
All these are more. In fact, the reason why the president says that state governors are stealing from the local government.
But some are saying that why not, that this is politically motivated, Obaraye.
Yeah, whether you shop, you notice, stealing. Are you getting it down? There's no beautiful way to manage something that's stealing. Yes, stealing is stealing.
But why now? After 7 years?
No, it does not really matter when. It does not really matter when. It even took longer for us to know that Indomie was at medical store road. Are you getting it now? So the Benin will say again, you're all weird. Now when person wake up, now be morning.
All right, now you just hold on now. I want to go on the break. When we return, we'll continue with this discussion. Usurpation, stealing, saying they are the same. But the big question now is, why now, when the 2023 general elections is around the corner? Don't go away. We'll be right back.
TMI, every opinion counts.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. We are at the end of today's edition of This Morning on ITV. We were with Obaraye Okoro Sahon was trying to make his viewpoint, went on that break. So put food on the table. You can please continue with your summation.
Yeah, thank you so much. I said using any word or soap or you chop, but the meeting is to get the attention that the money that was meant to put food on our table has been taken by some set of people. Either for their personal gain or pocket or to do what was not meant to be done. So to me, I think way forward is that the president should stop lamenting. What the president needs to do is that he has time now he has about 78 days to 100 days to get things done, to get things rightly done. And I'm happy that this next phase of local government autonomy, I'm sure this time we might get it right. You know, governors don't want it to come up because they also see that as a way of collecting what is not really meant for them. Because if they should think about it, if the presidency was also twisted them the way they are twisting local government. A friend of mine that I told you said he worked for about 10 months and he's yet to be paid till now.
In local government?
In the local government. And I want to stand corrected. I'm not sure there's any governor that the state was owing money before he left. Impossible. Because they are the one that signed their pay. They signed theirs first. So the government should think of it, that if the way he was elected, that is how the people also voted for that councillor in their own local palace to say this person go and represent us. And now the person went, and to their greatest surprise, 10 months the person has not been paid. He should think of it. And now we are also saying, okay, President Buhari, why not put a law to say INEC should be conducting local government election? I'm sure that some of us, I think, if we want to, the history of local government in Edo State, the local government chairman that really has done well, that did well from time immemorial, if we take Lucky Benedio, we should also forget about the local government chairman from my brother's place.
Henry Dabo.
Henry Dabo. These people, they've done they've left the picture for over 30 years now, and their name.
They were in opposition.
Yes, their name is Stephen Gilbert. Agboroba, that leads from second to third secular, was two parts away, part A, part B. You cite to say there's somebody down there. But as a local government chairman, Lucky turned that face around. As a local government chairman, I can count roads that are tarred, not graded, and they are no longer incept. Then the local government, all this bureaucracy on governors trying to model this wasn't there.
Okay.
Because now it was the platform for local government that Lucky did, that when the time came for governorship, people said no, it was good when he was governor. He can't do this. So, but since the governors shut local government chairman down, I'm yet to see a local government chairman that sprang up as a local government chairman, then also moving to the next phase of his political life. Because what they put, when my brother Ugbo was there, I think it's even far more handsome now than as a running chairman or a vice chairman. Because the reason is not far first. What they were taking home there, before they get home today Sunday, it's finished. I get it now. But for the governors, their own is so large that a governor can decide to say, about 6 or 10 of my friends, I want to be paying you 2 million monthly. What this office or that? So why not allow the local government chairman also have their peace? Just the way you want to have your peace as a governor. Okay. Must you do everything to make sure this is the food that the federal government gave to you? Come and start collect this. No, now. Is that how you also go to Abuja and sit down? Then Buhari would now say, sorry, that this is the money you will give it. These are not done
so
that way.
So you're saying it's not got President Buhari's fault?
No. He has told you, he has given it to them now. Okay. And the government denied it.
Over to you now, John.
Yeah, from your last statement, Buhari does not have any fault in local government. Let me educate the audience. These are the 4 major sources of revenue to every local government. The 774 local government. Federal allocation. 1. Taxes. Grants. Like I deposited earlier on that all local governments are not equally endowed by natural resources. We are only just crying over the federal allocation. What about the taxes? Local government are expected to collect taxes, rates on that source of revenue. From market, cemetery, maternity, and all of that. What do they do with this? Why are those people usurping local government? Why are you this greedy? The reason why they are having an upper hand in usurping, let me use the word of Comrade Ugbo and my brother. Yeah. The traditional rulers in the local government. They are the one influencing them to steal.
This is just mere allegations. You don't have proof of that.
I do. I'm a political scientist.
Even at that, you don't have document backing your claim.
The local government is statutory. The local government pays this year. Local government pays the traditional rulers this year. There is no local government official that are not loyal to the traditional institution, their place. and you have some elites or what we call oligarchs. This is what we have researched. This is what doing. So therefore, I don't know, you cannot be more Catholic than the Pope. That is, I cannot cry for Nwode when I'm from Oriomo. There are people in Nwode. There are people in every local government that can come out and they know they are suffering. Just like he said, Buhari has no fault. Buhari is not the one even controlling NEPA, electricity. But there are people, and you have your local government, there is no light. It's so pathetic, which means the people within that local government, I said, they are about, the minimum is 100,000 people for you to create a local government. I will say we cannot get 10,000 people. The way Ugbo came out from his local government then, to articulate and aggregate the right issues. Everybody are aware worldwide that money is being allocated to local government. Why do you have to focus on just the federal allocation? What about the rates? What about the grants? What about the taxes?
All right. What about the rates, the grants, and the taxes?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. Honorable Desmond, we're going to have the last say on this particular discussion because of the signal I've gotten from the PD to call it a wrap. Hold on, before you go, you were once a deputy local government chairman as a vice, once also an acting local government chairman. I remember way back I called upon you. None of you complained then. None of you cried out then. So
now, you see, when that is what is happening now. Because you are there, you are tied to the apron strings of the government, the state and the House of Assembly, and indeed the local government and chieftaincy affairs ministry. Whatever you do, there is a way they teleguide you. And it is the porosity of the law enabling the creation of local government, and indeed whittling down the powers of the local government that made it impossible for me to cry. You cannot cry when you are there. Anything you say can be used against you. You have every right to remain silent until the law is amended. Comrade Okoro Obaraye just mentioned that the local government's autonomy, perhaps going forward now, the governors can now rise up to say, let us give it to them. The other time, the National Assembly kickstarted the process of granting autonomy to local government. In our state, you and I and the public are aware that they refuse to grant them autonomy. Even those set of House of Assembly members, they voted against their own autonomy in that regard. Going through the 36 states of the Federation, they had less than 15% of the House of Assembly that says we should grant them autonomy. Even when we are granting them autonomy, they should go further to the Constitution and repeal the enabling laws to make it fully autonomous. Instead, if you grant them financial autonomy and they are still tied to the apron strings of the House of Assembly and the state governor, it will be the same 10 and 10 pence.
all right.
So it is going to be holistic. If you are granting them autonomy, you should start from the ground norm down to the enabling law that set up the local government. And it will make it very holistic to grant them independence.
All
if
right.
not, we will remain in situ.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. I know we have so much to say, but our time is up. Let's see how all this will pan out. The allegation is still there, very, very strong, but they asked the federal government to name names, mention names of these governors. They are still mum to this moment.
Wike has named that one.
We shall be at the outlet later in the evening to round up our day.
Hot legs.
Yeah, we shall be there in the evening. Yeah,
from
we shall
3
be there
p.m.
to celebrate
Yes.
with two people.
Let me get to that point, please. Okay, I'm going to call it a wrap. Okay, well, he is correct. He is right. 3 p.m. today, Hot Legs Beauty Project. You want to be there, you know the amount, the tickets. All right, just go there with your friends, have fun. It is going to be very, very exciting. You don't want to miss any part of it. The jingles have been on, they've been on and on and on. So just be there and give yourself the opportunity to go catch fun. Who will be the next Miss ITV Hot Legs? Just go there. You'll definitely find out. Well, the comments of my guests, yes, it has nothing to do with ITV. Despite the pressure, despite the emotion, they choose to watch their emotions, follow the regulations governing the airwaves. The big question now is, stealing, usurping, When is it going to end? Because the local government, though they cannot talk, you heard what Honorable Desmond Dubo said, because they are there now, they can't speak. Who will speak on their behalf? Will this coming by the presidency lead to the removal of the local government for the April spring of the state governors? Only time shall tell. Bye for now.